Welcome to an out-of-the-box playthrough. Today I'm going to be looking at Exodus. Exodus is a choose your path, find your home adventure. It's a Pathways interactive narrative adventure for 1 to 5 players. Time 60 minutes, ages 8. And it's made right here in Australia by Half Monster Games, so that's really exciting. It's a standalone game from the universe of Xenohunters, which if you've got 3 to 5 players and you like aliens running around ships killing player characters, do look that up. I'm a solo gamer, so that's less interesting for me, but I did pick this up because this looked interesting. So what is this? This is a interactive narrative, so it's like a choose your own adventure, and because of that I am going to do this kind of 2 ways. I'm going to do one where I just talk through the choices, no limited spoilers, and then I'll see how I go, and then I'll play another game where I read out the whole card, which will have spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers and you like choose your adventure games, you might like this because it comes with a big deck of cards, which are very attractive. And if you don't want spoilers, turn away now. So what I'm going to do, put the inventory over here. I kind of stack things up because the way that this game works is, let's get these so that I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so there's a lot of cards and they're all numbered. Do not shuffle your cards. So this is 121 cards. I think we start with card number 1. Funny enough, I don't need how to play because you basically run from the cards, but what I like to do is split them up into 30s so that when I need to go digging for cards, I don't have to shuffle through the whole deck, because that can be a little bit laborious, and if you drop it, there's cards everywhere, which is kind of fits the purpose. How we go for space? Maybe I'll stick that on there. Okay, so now I'm ready to play. So starting on card 1, like I say, I'm going to do 2 run-throughs, see how far I get. The first one, I'm just going to talk about the choices. The second one, I'll actually read out all the cards. So if you don't want spoilers, don't listen to the second one. Okay, so this one, general story is we are looking for a new planet. We've got a heading we have to decide on, and we can decide to go to, we've got 3 cards we can go to, either a rich abandoned place, a icy planet, or a world of farms. I think I'm going to go to the icy planet, so we'll go to 3. It'll be in here. Okay. 5 days later, we make it to the icy planet. We get challenged, and I've got 3 choices. I can either be screened, I can decide, nope, I'll go back and I'll pick a different planet, or I'm going to try and outmaneuver the ship that's challenging me. I'm going to try and outmaneuver because it always sounds like a fun thing to do. So I go 50, that'll bring this one 54. Okay, 75, 54. Okay, oh, 54 is not great. We get a direct hit on our engines, we take another direct hit, we're jettisoned into the cold dark void, go to card 13. You don't want to go to card 13, because card 13 is death. And that happens fairly regularly. So you go to card 13 and it says detonated, and you turn over card 13 and it's death. Whether through failed struggle, misfortune, or your own choices, you and your companions have died. You can finally rest. The story is ended. And you can return to revealed cards to an appropriate deck, draw card 1 to explore alternate realities. So, I got 4 cards in and died. That is not uncommon I have been shot in the head, I have been suffocated, I have turned into a plant creature. And often I end on card 13. Anyway, that was briefer than I expected. And so then we reset. So we reset, we'll keep card number 1 out. Let's do put these back into, I guess I'll keep card 13 out, which is, I think it's funny when it says 60 minutes. Yeah, that took about 2 minutes. The thing I like is the cards are really big, so there's a lot of interesting text on them. They got a nice feel to them. They're like oversized tarot cards. The illustrations are nicely matched to the different zones. Okay, so if you don't want spoilers, go off and do something else. If you're not too bothered and you want to see a bit more depth, hopefully we'll find something from the inventory. Okay, so off we go. Life on Gallery has always been tough, but now there is a war in your skies. The Mycene and the Fadira were never supposed to come this far. Corwood, and now their shrapnel rains on your schools and hospitals. Even if they left today, you'd never be able to live here again. Your Pioneer Settlement's governing AI has directed you to an evac unit before being crushed into the falling Mycene bioengine. It's got you off-world, but it's now up to you where to go. Where do you want to head? Card 2, do you want to go to Dendron, a former frontier holiday destination for the galaxy's rich, now seemingly abandoned? Vindar, an icy planet covered in temples to the ancient Feradrand religions? Or Tharissa, a world of farms and factories under the Human Defense Initiative? That doesn't sound like fun. I'm going to go to the frontier holiday destination. Card 2. Okay. 3 days later, you drop out of sling space and a communication appears on your screens. Attention, BEDU evacuation unit. Dedron is not accepting Feradra Mycene war refugees. If you are not refugees, please state your business. So I can either try my luck elsewhere, I can lie, or tell the truth. Let's try lying. What's the worst that can happen? Let's go to 7. Oh, I know what the worst that can happen. The worst that can happen is card number 13. Okay. So you can see how the different zones, they're matched by the planets. So that's a really nice touch. You quietly rattle off something believable and then lean back and cross your fingers. You get a communication. You are cleared for landing. Please follow guidance drone F8 to the docking bay. You dock the evac unit. All of you breathe a sigh of relief as fresh oxygen is pumped into the ship. Someone peeks out of the airlock and sees a surprising sign, a woman in a smart suit. Flanked by a squad of armed guards is approaching the ship. Another message appears from the AI. You are in breach of the Dendron Capital Refugee Protocol 16692. You are being detained. Please await further questioning. So I can either blast my way out, stealth your way out, talk your way out. It's almost like I should be doing this on some Twitch service and take a poll. Okay. Blast. I don't think that's a good idea. Stealth. Let's try stealth. Let's go to card number 10. Don't mind a little bit of sneaking about. Okay, that's number 10. Oh. Don't look at the bottom. Stealth. Everyone hide, quick! You scurry into the gaps in the walls, lifting floorboards and opening cargo clamps to find even the smallest of bolt holes. The airlock hisses open, everyone holds their breath. They're hiding, sterilize it. The woman and her guards walk back out and the airlock shuts. A woman calls out. She said something about sterilizing. She's interrupted by high-pitched whine that grows steadily louder. As it grows, you begin to feel hot. You will understand at once and rush to the door. It's no use. Go to card 13. You have been vaporized. So yeah, so that one should go back to card 13 and go, hey, you've been vaporized. So what did I do that time? I did 4 cards. I think my record is about 11, then I died. Okay, so I might leave my friend card 13. I'll stick it over there. I think I'm going to need it again. Let's have another go. I was only going to play twice, but it is quite entertaining listening to the stories and trying to think about which way to go. I don't take notes, and I guess if you took notes, you'd make it very easy, and it'd be a bit. Depends how good your memory is as well. I can like kind of come back to this, every couple of weeks or so, but I want a bit of entertainment and see what happens next. Okay, I've not been vaporized before though, so that's a new one. Okay, so I've got the choice of the rich place, which I just went to, the icy planet, or the farms. Let's try the icy planet again. Oh, maybe do the farms. Farms, icy planet, icy planet. Now, let's go to the icy planet. Okay, Vindar. 5 days later, you drop out of sling space, finding yourself in front of a stark white planet. Even from orbit, you can see these sprawling temple complexes, which are home to thousands of Phaedrans monks. Phaedran monks? Phaedran monks. Before the war, suddenly a massive star cruiser rounds the edge of the planet and you are hailed. Look at you, more refugees. Huh. Can't have your lot just waltzing in, can we? We're going to have to go through screening, I reckon. Okay, so I can either accept and go through, quote, screening. No way, that sounds terrifying. Let's find somewhere else. Go back to card 2. That should be card, yeah, or that star cruiser must be slow. We could definitely get past them. Definitely. I like the sound of definitely. Let's go to card 54. I think I'm going to die. Card 54. Card 54. Crash. The strongly accented voice continues to talk, getting more and more annoyed as you ignore it. Alright then, that's it. From underneath the Star Cruiser swarm hundreds of drones, more agile than any evac unit could ever be. You do your best to evade the drone's fire, and you do well until you see a large sight up ahead. An odd beetle shell-like, simmering roughly the size of a small ship, floats between you and Vindar. The moment of distraction is all it takes. You take a direct hit to your engines and begin spinning out. Another direct hit and you're jettisoned out into the cold, dark void. Detonated. Go to card 13. Dead. So that was like 3 cards. I got 121 cards to get through. Okay, so let's go again. Story time. Okay. Let's go back to Vindar, the ice planet where we just went to. Do something different this time, while we remember what not to do. Okay, so we can either go through screening, try somewhere else, or try and get past them. That didn't work out so well, so let's accept and go through screening. That sounds pleasant. Okay, 26. Here we go. Vindar screening. You agree, and the voice chuckles over your comms. You board the cruiser and are led through a scrapyard. Mountains of steel and circuitry are covered by drapings of wire, filament, and cloth. You're led to a room, inside which is a lone table covered in scrap. Sit down and fix this stuff, or figure out what's summing. I'll be back in 30, and if it ain't done, you'll be out the airlock. Alright, let's do this. So we can either pop open some communicators and rewire their burnt motherboards. These guys are scum. Maybe you should put together something that'll really hurt them. Is this Phaedrian? Looks old. So it looks like we've got an artifact. And the good thing about this is, if you look at the just on the side, if you look at the numbering, 28, 29, 30, nothing pops as obviously out of the ordinary. So you can't actually tell which is going to be a good thing or a bad thing just by looking at the numbers. You've got 3 choices, they're all consecutive. It's not like I can easily game it, which is good. Something old. I think it's probably too soon to have a go at them. Let's try for the artifact. 30. Okay. You pick out some old artifacts and set them aside, showing the other pioneers what to look for. Soon you have a pile of Fedran equipment. Each piece beetle-like obsolescence merging into a strange half-translucent pile. The drone returns and is surprised what you've found. Oh well, didn't expect you to be seeing that. Nice work. Guess you'll make good appraisers up here. Don't worry, it pays well. Good benefits and stuff. Follow me. Okay, no choice here. Let's go to 31. Okay, you follow the drone out of the room through a collection of corridors and stop at a door. All right, check it out. This will be your home for the next while. The door's open, and before you extends a massive swathe of junk. Moving over rolling hills are people sifting through piles and putting bits and pieces in baskets on their backs. They're slaves. What will you do? Resign yourself to your job. It can't be worse than a war zone. No way. Let's get out of here. Again, 63, 64. That doesn't help me. I don't think we should have life as a slave. Let's see what else we can do. So 64. And under card number 64, 13. You turn around and signal the other pioneers. You're not doing this. There has to be a better way back to your evac unit. You agree and begin running where you think it's docked. A voice from the drone emanates from the speakers in the roof. Yeah, you're not going. That's not going to happen, mates. Bit of a shame, waste so many good uns, but we don't have the resources to be slaving the unwilling, I'm afraid. Ah well. As you turn the next corner, you see a squadron of drones, bigger and bristling with weaponry, unlike the smaller floating orb that's been talking to you. Hostile sighted, open fire. Lasered. Just got lasered to death. Card 13, it's a winner. Okay, so how many do that time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards, so I'll put all those back together again. Sometimes you find stuff. So you might get something that'll say take X item from the inventory while I'm chatting away. And there's all kinds of different bits and pieces. And what these do is later on, if you don't die, you get to make choices that change depending on which pieces of inventory you've got. So if you've got certain items in your inventory because you've made other choices, you've got a richer set of choices. And as you can see, I'm having trouble just getting past the first planet. So what have we been? I've been lasered, vaporized, and blown out into space. Okay, one more go. Let's go to, maybe I'll leave Threeser, you know. That's a whole planet area that you can explore if you decide to pick this up. Let's go back to Dendron, former holiday destination for the rich and famous. I think I got killed there. That was one of the first ones, so we'll try that. Something a bit different. Okay, so this is where we got the communication. Said, if you're not refugees, state your business, and I lied. Let's tell the truth. It will set you free. Okay. Card number 8. We're refugees. Our outpost on Gallery was destroyed by shrapnel. There isn't anything you can do. Please, we're low on fuel. The communication repeats, but you do not receive notice that a drone is arriving to refuel your evac unit. Monument is nearby. It should be peaceful, so we could go somewhere else. Oh, that's different. Okay, it's a different planet. Someone heard a rumor way back that Vendor is outside of, we don't go to Vendor because that's the icy planet we died and we're not going to Theresa. Let's go to Monument, card 5. Monument. You turn the evac away from Dendron's forested horizon and head back towards the void. The coordinates for whatever planet's nearest is set in the computer, and you head into the cargo bay to rest. 2 days later, Monument looms above you. Its blasted landscape seems intimidating at first, but someone points out the complete lack of habitation, and everyone perks up. I'm not sure that's a good thing. No humans means no BEDU. No aliens means no war. You might be able to live the pioneer life that's sold to you. It's for real this time. Go to card 6. Take us down into the atmosphere. Initiate landing procedure. Okay. As long as we don't go to card 13. Pioneer, you land and fire out onto the surface. Rocky plains dotted with sparse, weedy vegetation and the occasional spike-leaf tree stretching before you. Some of the other pioneers mutter some concerns about the livability of this place, while others are excited to explore the freedom that Monument has to offer. Luckily, the evac unit holds enough supplies for a few more days, but you'll need food and water before long and protected area to put up some shelters. What's the first priority? Scout the nearby area for shelter. Go hunting. Stay here and make tools. I think shelter's a good thing. 74. And again, 74, 75, 76. No idea which one's a good one. Oh, we're into this pile. 74. Let's find some shelter. Probably fall down a cave. Okay. Leaving most of the other pioneers behind to organise what inventory you have and forage for small extra food, you fire up the evac unit and head off to find greener pastures. After flying around for a while, you notice a few things. First, the entire area you've surveyed is as barren as where you landed. Very little of either flora or fauna, although the occasional lumbering reptile plods along below you, and one of your scouts notices a few flowers dotted through the particular plain. Secondly, and bizarrely, the whole planet seems to be riddled with tunnels, some small, some huge, some of them completely filled with plant life and others desolate. Desolate. It doesn't seem like the kind of geological feature that would occur naturally, but it's not exactly your area of expertise. Hey, take the scouting report card from inventory. Okay, so here's scouting report. Digitized maps and notes of the topology of Monument. Okay. Go to card 77. Okay, I will. There's no choice, there's no choice. Okay. Sitting around the fire that night, the pioneer spirits are high. You've escaped the war and the BEDU. You have control of your lives and are finally forging your destinies. It feels good. The next day, you wake confused before remembering you're safe. What will you do today? I can explore the tunnels and discard the report, or break Earth on Newtown. Well, I don't have the other one, so I guess I'm gonna have to explore the tunnels. So this is linking my choices that I made previously, forces me down a particular pathway. Supposedly you can play this multi-handed as well, so you do different choices and you build a map. I haven't tried that. Okay, tunnels. You gather a crew of adventurous pioneers and set out for the nearest tunnel. 4 hours later, you've reached the lip of a massive opening in the side of a mountain. Ringing the walls of this perfectly circular tunnel is more greenery than you've seen in years. The humid air floating outwards invigorates you. Your group grins and steps over the threshold into the strange, untamed new world. As you wander, you feel your breathing grow laboured. Is it the humidity? Surely not. What's? The last thing you see as you fall to the ground is a hulking form lumbering towards you. Okay. 82. No choice there. Sounds like we were drugged. Pheromones in the air. Okay. You awaken in the dark, your clothes are wet and gritty, and there's something spongy in your mouth. Your brain feels slow. Before you can move, your brain is slammed with the onslaught of emotions, impressions, not your own. Calm, relax, cocoon. Patient, grow. The ideas make your eyes water, your hands unclench. Something wet touches the base of your skull, and you lose consciousness. Later. Your body feels stiff and airy like a dry sponge, like if you move your skin will crack. Your eyes are already open and you see plants and strange green smoke. A figure stands in your peripheral vision and you hear a small grinding voice speak in a stunted, painful monotone. Thank you for your offering. So I can either, nope, get out now, or say, you're welcome. You're welcome. Tied up. Seems like a thing to do. Okay, the figure lets out a grinning grass that might be a chuckle. It speaks again. We mycen lose our gods, old minds, none of us, none to make us. Find new way, you new way. Your what? Your body is so dry, the speaking's almost impossible. It's hard to focus on the stilted words. Humans sacrifice bodies for new mycene. No gods to spawn, instead you. Oh dear. Spelt with an S. Okay, time to leave. Get out. If you move, your body will crumble. What choice do you have? Time to leave. Get out. Crack. Your breath comes in gasps as you rise. You feel your skin crack open, all elasticity gone, but the adrenaline pushes you forward and you manage to get to your feet. You take a step and immediately slip and fall. You'd ignored the blood flowing freely from the cracked and flaked skin. You put out a hand and brace your fall and watch in horror as it shatters like glass on impact with the rock. Blood from your arm washes over your face as you lay still, body going into shock. An impression, like before, slams into your mind. An apology, a mercy. Go to card 13. I have bled out. Death. Well, I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 before I died. Anyway, you get the idea. Really rich narratives. It is a choose your own adventure, so there's a limit, I guess, to the level of replayability. That being said, there's lots of paths, and you can play it multiplayer so that people choose different paths and then join up again. That's not something that I've probably going to try out. I'm pretty sure I've been close to surviving that plant one, but I want to try something different today, and that didn't work out too well. So what I do, I bled out, got vaporized, I got lasered, I got blown out into the void. So kind of story, space adventure. You're probably not even listening now, but I'm gonna put it all back together before I stick it back in its box, so then it's ready to go next time. I guess if you wanted to cheat, you could kind of lay them out and then backtrack to the choice points so that you get to see more of the world. Yeah, fun little choose your own adventure. Very attractive cards. And there we go. Get it all back in the box. That was more playthroughs than I expected, but that was this is how you play game card. Exodus by Half Monster Games. Available now.